Keeping you informed. This is In.form on WBDC and 18 WJTS.
Welcome to In.form here on 101 Country, WBDC and 18 WJTS. I'm Caitlin Nykum, and today we are talking about No Person Left Behind Outdoors, a relatively new organization to our area here in Du Bois County, with none other than the organizer himself, our local coordinator, Steve Lindauer, and we have a very special guest, Ian Denyu. So welcome to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It is a pleasure, of course, to have you both in, and of course, thank you for your service, as both of you are veterans.
You're welcome.
If you want to maybe kind of delve into, I guess we'll start with Steve first. Will you tell us a little bit about how NPLB kind of came to fruition here for the local area, and then we can kind of segue into how Ian got lovingly roped into the organization.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ian got voluntold, and he's very familiar with that term. So how this started about 3 years ago, I was contacted by a Marine buddy of mine, and he was affiliated with this group, No Person Left Behind Outdoors. And if you'll think Wounded Warriors in a different aspect of it, instead of building homes and things like that, we're getting veterans out to the outdoors, make that connection. Sometimes we pull ourselves into our own little world after we get out, and this puts them back out there with military veterans, with like-minded experiences and things, and draws them back out to maybe where they've kind of withdrawn into. So I was contacted by my buddy who was affiliated with them. So he was a guy that connected to a guy. They were looking for someplace in the Midwest where they could have maybe a hunting event or a fishing event or something like that. So I said, well, let me make a few phone calls. So I went to the Leakin family, Jake and Linda Leakin. They, of course, lost their son, Eric, back in 2006, I believe it was, and became very close with that family. And they're affiliated with the Marine Corps League, of which I'm a member of as well. And so they couldn't help me personally, but they turned me on to I got this guy. Yeah, we got a young man up here, Ian Denyu, that might be interested. I said, really? Who's that? Well, he's a Marine. Go figure. So I called up Ian out of the blue. He agreed to meet with me, and we chatted a little bit. And here we are. You take it from there. How I roped you into this.
Yeah. So we met. Steve shows up at my place, and he kind of I didn't really realized it at first, but he was basically interviewing me, vetting me out, and came over, took a look at my place, and then we started talking about it and planning from there.
Yeah, and Ian, you have a unique story with the president and CEO who originally created No Person Left Behind Outdoors that you kind of want to share, because again, it's that small world, you never know who you're going to meet type story, right?
Well, and the Marine Corps is very small.
Yeah,
it's a select few who chooses to join the Marine Corps. But yeah, anyway, so through my time in the Marine Corps, I was selected for a Presidential Guard back in 2001 in the School of Infantry. So they sent me out to all these schools, Security Forces School in Virginia. Anyway, I made my way to Washington, D.C. is where I met Adam, the CEO and president of NPLB Outdoors. And didn't realize it. After Steve had vetted me, he set me up on a Teams call with Adam.
Right.
And here I am talking to him. We're looking at each other, and he's like, we're going through our service, where he served, I served, and we realized who each other were. And we called him Ski, all right? And
right.
He goes, you remember a Marine that you trained named Ski? And I'm like, oh, my gosh. So
his name is Ski.
Don't ask. Yeah.
Kisalewski, I believe.
Yes, I think
Adam,
you got it right.
If you hear this, I apologize if I butchered that, but that's how I pronounce Kisalewski.
And that's why we called him Ski.
So we call him Ski.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's amazing to see that it kind of came full circle for you, because you have is it a hunting lodge that you offer as a place to have this retreat now for our local No Person Left Behind?
Yes, me and my wife built a hunting lodge there right on our property, and we have a family farm that we live on. Me and my cousin hunt it regularly. We practice QDMA, which is quality deer management, and Steve asked me if I would open it up to veteran hunters, and I said, absolutely, let's do this.
That is fantastic. And I'd imagine as a veteran yourself, you also get some type of release of being able to not only provide the facilities, but then, participate and be able to promote it in a way like this.
Absolutely, and it's basically veteran operated. So a lot of my buddies come in are veterans themselves, and I do have buddies who are not veterans who have hunted the property, know where the stands are. They help guide it, and it's a well-ran event. This will be the third year we're gonna run it, and when I started this, I thought it was going to be 90% hunting, and actually turned into about 30-40% hunting, because these veterans, they come in and they really just want to be with other veterans who have the same experiences, and talk about things that you just don't talk about with the civilian world.
Right.
So a lot of veterans will bury that stuff, and I have quickly learned that, I have 3 kids, and they got to be kicked out about 9 o'clock.
Yes, just to be safe.
They
Yes.
will go on all night long.
Yeah.
That is, that is something, maybe I don't truly understand or resonate with, but I know that is something special for your veterans and those that participate, because having that community in that way is just so special and impactful for a lot of people. And Steve, you were telling me that, this isn't just available to local veterans. You guys actually have people coming in from other states, right?
We do. I try as much as possible to open up to local veterans. We have had a couple of guys, I think, from Maine and one from South Carolina that came in, and they're affiliated a lot with NPLB Outdoors, so they kind of helped us get it going. And quite frankly, I found out later on that they were kind of vetting me for the very first time, the very first event we had, and we passed with flying colors. But I'm trying to get more local vets to come in. Number one, this is expensive, and the vet pays absolutely nothing. Whether we fly them in, which is expensive, or they drive in, we reimburse them for their gas and what have you. I'm always looking for people that might be able to, or commercial people, or businesses that will support me monetarily, because we feed these guys. Ian opens up his place, and hopefully you'll be able to pop up some photos of some of the stuff he's got. But he's got a full kitchen, full bar, which I found out was nice. He's got he's got like a squad bay, and for those of you who don't know what that term is, in the military, is a squad bay. It's just a long hallway with bunks in it, and he's got one set up in there, and I guess they're like full-size beds. You got hooked. All the linens, everything is in there, and his family, they come and they join us, and it's just it's such a cool thing. On a typical day, everybody gets up early, because we're all used to getting up early anyway. Go out. There's maybe a mediocre breakfast, just enough to get them going, get them out in the tree stands. And like he said, he's got some buddies and Marines, and some veterans, some not, that go out there with every veteran. So they're not thrown out in the woods and good luck, for 2 reasons. Number one, like to his point, these are guides, so there's a good chance they might be able to harvest an animal. The other part is for safety. So for NPLB, safety is everything. We've got firearms out there, okay? And there's sometimes guys have got some demons in there that need to get out, and we don't want anybody to get hurt.
Right.
And so there's 2 reasons that they've got a guide with them and all that. So they'll go out, they'll hunt a good part of the day, they come back in. We usually have a decent meal. I remember one of the things, I fried bacon. I think those guys could smell Merkley's bacon from across the field, and they were coming. I didn't even get the stuff served, and they were eating it out of the pot. But that's just the way Marines do, and all military guys for that matter. And then in the evening, after they go out and hunt again, the evening they come back in about dark, and sometimes they got deer, sometimes not. But to Ian's point, that turns out that's not even the big thing. The big thing is we get together later on, and you're tired, you've been out there all day, you're windburned, and we're telling stories on each other and busting each other's chops. And then we have a nice big meal and pass a few of the adult beverages out, and then the guys talk. And that's the good part.
The therapeutic part, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. That's when they get to know each other. The stories come out, and really get to get things off their chest they don't talk to in their life. You know?
Right. And Steve, again, you mentioned the monetary donations. You guys need donations to make all of this stuff work, and you need people to make this stuff work, right? So
correct.
So if anyone wants to maybe make a donation, or they want more information about how they can contribute to No Persons Left Behind Outdoors, how can they reach you locally?
Well, on the video portion of this, I will give all that information. You can flash it up. But right now, you can go to NPLBOutdoors.org. You can make a donation there. I would encourage any veteran out there, I don't care if National Guard, Reserve, if you're a combat vet, not combat vet, don't matter, get on there and at least register on NPLB Outdoors. The only requirement is you do have to have a 30% or more disability rating from the VA. So ironically enough, I don't qualify, but that's okay. I know tons of guys that do, and my goal in life is to get these men and women to go and get into this organization, and they will send you anywhere in the world that you want to do if you want to sign up. You got to be vetted, and you sign up for it. And if you don't make this trip, you might make another one. They do orientation flying. They do skydiving. They do deep sea fishing, big game hunts in Wyoming, elk hunts, things like that. Here locally, we do Cool Springs. Cool Springs has been phenomenal. OFS supplies all of our clays, all of our shells. Each participant shoots about 200 shells. We just did that, I think, 2 weekends ago, and I had 10 vets out there. They gave us a shelter house to use. All the stuff that goes with it. I had a lot of people that donated some money to me so I could buy some brats and burgers and all the condiments that go with it. So that's kind of a low version. It only took about 5 hours to do the whole thing. It wasn't as big as Ian's thing. What's it, like 3 days, 4 days of hunting, isn't it?
It's 4 days.
4 days. So that's a lot bigger event.
Right.
So there's a lot more money involved. But if you're willing to give, you can go to NPLBOutdoors.org and you can pick out those specifically. It'll be the Cool Springs shooting sports, or it's called the Indiana
Memorial Hunt. And it's actually a memorial hunt. We honor Eric Leakin, Alec Twiskey, and Dave Moore.
Yeah, those are local veterans or local service members that lost their lives in the wars. So
right,
we try to memorialize those guys a little bit, and we do this in their honor.
Right. And for those who are maybe, okay, well, we're going on the website, we're going to sign up. You guys do this in a few times a year capacity, right? So, Steve, you have
Correct.
one coming up relatively soon, and then, Ian, you've got yours coming up later in the year. Do you want to talk about that a little bit more?
Actually, the Cool Springs one we just did 2 weeks ago, so that one's done. Ian's is coming up. When did you say? December 12th.
Yeah, and the biggest thing for us is exactly what Steve just said, is donations.
Yeah.
I do get a lot of people who want to help, and I do have a lot of help, physically. It is the donation part that we really need, and you can go to NPLB Outdoors, click on the link, go to the Indiana Memorial Hunt, and that's where you can give.
Yeah, there's a place out there. And I would encourage you to specifically, if you're going to donate, specify one of those two events. Right. Because they'll still take it, but then it goes to NPLB Outdoors, the organization, and they use it wherever they can serve. But if you want to do that, that's fine. But we'd appreciate it if you designate our local place, the events that we do here. I do want to make one little correction. I said a while ago that Adam Kiselewski started this. He actually didn't, and he'd be on me if I didn't correct that. He took over. It was actually started by some guys about 8 or 10 years ago. And then Adam is a double amputee himself. He's a Fallujah Marine, as he said. So it hit near and dear to his heart, and he's taken on this role with a vengeance. And he is the current CEO and president. So having lived it, loved it, and bled for it, he's all in. I have not met the man personally. We've talked a number of times, just like Ian did. He tried to come down this last event, and the weather wasn't conducive to flying in, so that didn't happen. Hopefully he'll come down maybe this December if we can get him coming down in here.
I'm hoping so, yeah.
That would be fantastic. Yeah. And what you were talking about a little bit earlier with donations had me thinking, if a local small business or maybe a few local individuals would like to donate, say, food items or things for a cookout, would that be something that you guys would be looking for?
Absolutely. First of all, if I need to give my phone number, so that if somebody wants to do that, you can start with contacting me personally. My phone number is area code 812-639-1005. Feel free to call me. It might actually be better to text me. I get a lot of spam calls and stuff, and sometimes if I don't see even if it's an area 812 area code, sometimes I just ignore it or say bad words to them and hang up. But I'm a Marine. Give me a break. So, but yeah, probably best to text me. Let me know what you're interested in, and I'll call you back. And I'd love to have the support. It would be great. I might also, if I could, put in a plug. We've started out our VSO, Veteran Service Officer, about a year ago. We get together with the same sort of a thing. We're getting veterans together and have breakfast in the morning. So we've been doing it Thursday mornings. Currently, we've been going to Cranberry simply because they open up at 6 o'clock. So I'm usually there about 6:15 or so. Most people come in around 7, and between 7 and 8, we have breakfast together. Now, most of us are retired guys like myself, but there can be anybody, all branches of service. We just had it this morning. It was a great time. They're very accommodating with us down there at Cranberries. We take over the place. We put all the tables in a line, and today we had 22 or 23 people there this morning.
Wow.
So it's been phenomenal, and all branches of the service, all age groups. And there's some people because they have jobs. So that's why I go in early in the morning, because I do have a part-time job. I mess around a little bit with transporting vehicles and stuff. And so I'm usually there about 6:30, and I'm done by 7:30, and that way I can go to work at 8 o'clock. So get out there. We've really made a difference. We've seen that grow quite a bit over the last year. It's a lot of fun. Just come in and just hang out. Just hang out. And sometimes, I think Ian can probably attest to this. When we're in the military, you make that connection with that you just can't get anywhere else. And sometimes you miss that. I mean, am I saying that right?
Absolutely. It's a connection that you cannot describe. I have tried to describe it to people, but you just can't, because they've experienced the same thing that you've experienced, and sometimes you shed tears over it, and sometimes you just absolutely laugh about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a connection. Like I said, you can't describe it.
And it just sometimes you just need to get out with like-minded people and just talk. Or like I said, we usually beat up. I'm down there's about 4 Marines. We get beat up pretty hard by the other branches, and we got 3 or 4 submarine vets out there. And of course, we're always beating on those bubbleheads, and it's just a lot of good-natured, camaraderie, and it's good. We've seen some real positive things. Some people come down and it's come out good.
And that's what you need in a time like now in life such as it is today. You need that camaraderie, whether it's getting outdoors or just meeting for a breakfast every once in a while.
Yeah.
Steve, before we let you go, remind us, when is the next breakfast, just so in case no one, if they didn't catch that.
Yeah, okay, sure. Next Thursday morning, like I said, currently we're at Cranberries, and we're open to any business that would want to open up to 6 o'clock for us. You let us know, and we'll have it at your place. But just understand who's going to be there. So we're
Fair
all vets,
warning.
and
Disclaimer.
we do try to, and we got ladies and men, so we keep it clean and as much as possible. And so next Thursday morning, starting about I'll say 6:30 on, and we come there, and everybody's in their best behavior for the most part. And it's just a good time, so we invite you to come out and visit us, spend a little time with us.
Very good. Well, guys, it is, as always, is a pleasure to have you in to talk about whatever great stuff you guys are trying to commit to. And again, No Person Left Behind outdoors in our local area, I think, is a great commodity and a rare commodity to have, so that these veterans can really have that little something special, a little something different in their lives as well. But we appreciate your time, and of course, we wish you the best of luck with your upcoming and all of the planning that you guys have going on.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Very good. And this has been your In.form program here on 101 Country WBDC and 18 WJTS with No Person Left Behind Outdoors. Again, you can visit and donate on their website, NPLBOutdoors.org. And this has been In.form.
This has been In.form on WBDC and 18 WJTS. Catch past episodes on our social media pages and our websites. If it matters to you, it matters to us. In.form.